And then because the fear of losing them and the fear of having to start over, being alone, that fear is stronger than the fear of calling out the truth for what it is. That you'll look the other way. You won't say anything. You'll bottle your emotions, you'll swallow them, you'll push them down. And then 8 years later, you wonder, hey, why did they cheat again? Why did they cheat in the first place? Hello again, and welcome, my friends, to another segment of the Psychopath Exposure Show. My name is Kira, and I wanted to take the time to highlight a comment from one of the new community members. If you're interested in being part of the community, I do have a join button right underneath the screen that you can join. There's little membership tiers. They're cheap as fuck. But it gives you an opportunity to support the channel. I read these comments first, and they get a little more priority when I'm going through them to make videos. And this one just came in from Heidi. Hello, Heidi. Heidi asks, what happens if they cheat and they don't cheat again till 8 years later? What then? Are you setting me up, Heidi? You're setting me up. I know it. You're setting me up. Do you mean to tell me that, wait a second, if they cheat and then they didn't cheat again for 8 years later, so you're telling me that they cheated on you 8 years ago, they cheated on you. That means you caught them. That means it was out in the open because you're saying it. They cheat. That was 8 years ago. And then they cheated again. And then what then? Now, it's such an open-ended question, all right, that we can have a little fun with this if we want, and I just might. But at the same time, do you really think that they've only cheated those 2 times? Once, 8 years ago, and then 8 years later, the second time? Do you really think so? Or are those the only time that you caught them? Yeah, that sounds about right. Those are the only 2 times that they were caught. Do not doubt, especially since it happened again, that those were the only 2 times that this happened. As I said before, and I'll say it again, once a cheater, always a cheater. At some point, they're going to do it again. All right? And I would not put my money, I would not bet that those are the only 2 times that it happened. I could be wrong, and I don't give a fuck, because I'd rather be wrong and walk away with my dignity, right? Than give someone the benefit of the doubt and go against my gut that's telling me they're lying. You can't trust them. They've already shown you their cards. To go against that God-given intuition and that experience that you have because you experienced it. And then to get burned once more when you knew better, when you had a chance to walk away before. I made a commitment a long time ago that I would never do that again. And then I broke that commitment and I got fucked. That's right. Never again. Never again. So I would not put money on that. I would not. If anything, I would put money and tell you they were cheating on you for 8 years. That's what I would say. Now, you're asking me what then? Well, what then? What then? What then is what you should have done 8 years ago. You should have dumped their ass. That should have been the end of the relationship. What then? What then? This is what came. What then? You see that? And if you don't do something about it now, you're going to be, in another 8 years, you're going to be like, oh no, they did it again. And I'll tell you the same thing. No, honey, they've been doing it all this time. You just caught them now. They slipped. They got caught. This happened because you didn't do what you were supposed to do 8 years ago. I'm telling you from experience. I've been in situations where it's like I remember once walking away from somebody, and that's it. I had drawn that line in the sand, and I was done. And somehow I got in my feels, and I started gaslighting myself. I started negotiating with myself. I started bargaining. Gave him another chance. Oh, did things get bad after that? And it didn't take long to get bad. It was almost immediate. It's almost like you're pushing this button at that point where your reality just completely changes. It's like you step into, it's like a multiverse. You're not in the same universe anymore. That person that you loved so dearly, that person that you thought you knew, the moment they cheat and you take them back, that is no longer the same person anymore. You have stepped into the multiverse. You are experiencing things that are similar to your universe. They look exactly the same. It's basically that version of them in this timeline, in this universe. It's not the same person. This person now, it has a vendetta. This person now is going to punish you. This person now is just going to, everything that they do moving forward, it's to destroy you. Everything. And you're still looking at them and you're like, oh, no, but that's you. Like, how could you do that? Like, we had all these memories. Like, you were so good to me. It's not the same person. And I know for some of you this concept is hokey, so I'm most likely going to make a more detailed video on this theory of mine. I'll probably watch some more episodes of Rick and Morty to get inspired to explain that theory. Because it starts getting complicated, and I like to keep things simple. But seriously though, if you can just put that in your mind and realize, hey, this is not the same person anymore. That's why this is happening over and over and over again. That's why they're no longer that kind-hearted, loving person that during the love bombing stage, or that person that always made me feel safe and they were so nice to me and so supportive, and now you're seeing a monster. It's because it's a different person. You stepped into a different time warp. They're not the same. So from that moment on, the reason you're struggling, the reason you're suffering, the reason you're stuck in this vicious cycle, in this negative loop, this downward spiral, it's because you're not dealing with the same person anymore. Imagine they're a freaking alien. Somebody said the other day, if I can find the comment, I'm going to highlight it here. They were like, when the narcissist asks for space, that proves that they're aliens. Can't make this stuff up, guys. You really can't make this stuff up unless you're on some sort of drugs, which I don't do. Maybe you guys do, and then you can make it up, and then write it in the comments, and then I'll make a video, and we'll all have a laugh. But you got to kick that narcissist out of your life, let me tell you, because even if they've only cheated on you twice in 8 years, that's twice too many. That's twice too many. And all this could have been avoided. Now again, that was one sentence that you dropped there, Heidi. I don't know your situation. If you would like to elaborate, I welcome that. I don't know your situation. It's a very broad, open, kind of open-ended question. But you'd be surprised how many people think that their cheating narcissist has only cheated on them that time that they caught them. That one time that they saw a text pop up on their phone, and they'll tell you, oh, like this, it's nothing, like this person would never say that. I don't know why they decided to flirt with me today when we're just friends. No, they've been flirting all the time. That's why that text popped up there, and you saw it. You just saw that one. That's when they slipped. There's levels to this madness. Not all narcissists are highly intelligent. Not all borderlines have it all mapped out and all planned out to perfection. They make mistakes like all of us do. And they've got so much baggage, and they're juggling so many things and living double, triple lives. It's very easy to make a mistake, especially for people like that they really just have no accountability and they really don't care. When they're cheating on you, they flip a switch and whatever happens at this point, who cares? If I get caught, whatever. So when you have that mindset, you don't care what you leave behind. You don't care if you get caught. You don't care if you burn it all to the ground. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. A psychopath can be very calculated. A narcissist can try to be calculated. And if they're very, 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 very good at it, they might be psychopathic. You know, they might be. We just don't know. We're not diagnosing people here. We're just reading, we're studying, we're understanding. We check these boxes off because, you know, experience is the father of wisdom, or the mother, or one of those two. So when you've experienced a situation like this, and you learn from it, and then you experience it again, and you learn more, and you work with other people, and then it's happening to friends, and people are sharing the same stories. You know, you can't just turn a blind eye. You can't just avert your eyes from the truth. Like it's all over you now. You see? All this information is coming at you and it's resonating and it's hitting hard. It's hitting hard because you know it's what's happening to you. So you sound delusional when you catch someone doing something. And then because the fear of losing them and the fear of having to start over or being alone that fear is stronger than the fear of calling out the truth for what it is. That you'll look the other way. You won't say anything. You'll bottle your emotions, you'll swallow them, you'll push them down. And then 8 years later you wonder, hey, why did they cheat again? Or why did they cheat in the first place? That's what you got to ask. Why did they cheat in the first place? But don't ask them. Don't ask why. As I've said before, don't ask why. Because asking why is not going to fix the situation. Especially if they don't take accountability and then they blame it on you. They tell you that they cheated because of you. It's all your fault. And then you're going to believe them because you're afraid of losing them. And even if they tell you that they cheated because they're a piece of shit, well, if they tell you that, then what are you doing dating a piece of shit? With all the people in the world, you're dating a piece of shit. What does that say about you? It means you like shit. Right? So, yeah, sorry, not sorry for being half facetious, half truthful, but I think you just got to stop fooling yourself. You really think that this is the first time and the last time, or the second time, or maybe 3 times. Maybe there was one in there that you didn't see. No, hundreds, because it doesn't have to be 100 different people. Every single time it happens. Every single time they're talking to somebody behind your back. Every single time they're flirting and sending pictures and entertaining somebody else. They're cheating on you. So hundreds of thousands of time. We're talking 8 years here. That's a long time, and that really sucks. But I hope, I really do, I really hope if you want to end this torture, I hope you end that relationship and never look back. I really do. Because it's going to keep happening. I can almost guarantee that's going to keep happening. So, it's tough, guys. It's tough. You know, nobody wants to break up with somebody that they've been together with for a long time. It's not easy. But when you're finally out, that's another thing. When you're finally out and enough time goes by where you heal and you have a better perspective on things, then you look back and you're like, wow, I could have done that sooner. I wish I would have done that sooner. I was so stuck and I was so afraid, and things just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And when you finally do it, And you're no longer in that place of, oh no, I have to do it. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm strong enough. When you do it, the strength comes as you're doing it. That's how courage is made, or that's how courage is built. It's when you do the thing that scares you. If you were already a courageous person, then you wouldn't be afraid of that situation. So there's no growth there. It's when you're afraid of something and you take on the challenge and you stand up to the bully. That's where courage is built. And a lot of times you conquer them and you're like, holy shit, I had no idea I even had that in me. You conquer the situation. You conquer your fear. You conquer your own self-limiting beliefs. And you come out on top. And hopefully not on top of the narcissist, because you don't want to be on top or under them anymore, because, you know, they're knocking boots to somebody else. So you don't want to be anywhere near them anymore. But you got to do what's hard but necessary. And 8 years is a long time. I'm sure you didn't forget. I'm sure for 8 years in the back of your mind, you know what they did. And there you go again. So, sucks. But what can we do? We got to move forward. Life goes on. What are you going to do with your life? It's up to you. Hope you make it a good one while you're still here on the planet, or whatever universe you're on or in. All right, so I got to bounce, guys. So thanks for watching to the very end. I appreciate it. I've got some links in the description for some more videos that are related to this topic. The Stop Asking Why is a very good video that you should check out. A lot of us waste our time just asking why this happened. Why does the narcissist do this? Why did the narcissist do this again? And then you never get out. You never get out. It's like a trap. So check out that video. I have it up here right on top of my finger. There it is. Awesome. All right, guys, love you. Be good to yourselves. Drop a like if you like the video. I would love to hear your opinion on this situation down in the comments below. And that's it.